Hello and welcome to our very final episode of this season. We're thankful that you have joined us and tuned us and made us your favorite property show. In this edition, we visited the ASK show in Nairobi and we saw some investors who have already positioned themselves in the affordable housing program. They have models there that they want to present to the government. You too can take advantage of these same opportunities. A little later on, we pay a visit to Kabete, Lower Kabete, that's on Farasi Lane, and meet this guy, very creative, the Jiko master himself. You don't want to miss that. But first, let's have a look at our property of the week, the amazing Phenom Villas in Langata. You might want to have a look at that. Phenom Park is a residential estate nestled in the heart of Langata, only 6 kilometers from the CBD and in a safe and secure low-density living environment with classic views of the Nairobi National Park. The charming townhouses fuse space and style to create sheer luxury and comfort. Phenom Park is distinguished with Type 1, 2 and 3 lavish townhouses. The Type 3 model is a 4-bedroom semi-detached townhouse with a spacious lounge that comes with a suspended or dropped gypsum ceiling with walls made from quarry stone with normal white matte finish. Its gigantic windows are 3 meters high with double glazed glass, 6 millimeter thick and no shutter, making it 70% soundproof. The house has an aisle heading to the kitchen which opens up to a spacious 8-seater dining room. The open-plan kitchen has been fitted with a breakfast counter, fitted oven, cooker and a hood. It also has hydraulic cabinets for extra storage. Adjacent to the kitchen is the courtyard, which opens up to the guest bedroom with fitted wardrobes, a bunker bed, and can also be used as a study area and can double up to a child's bedroom. The ground floor has a shared cloak room which serves the lounge and the guest room. Another remarkable feature is the granite tile staircase with wooden skirting effect that leads to the first floor, which has 2 types of bedrooms. The first bedroom is a double room and it has double-sided laminated MDF closets for hanging and folding clothes. What's unique with this house is that the master bedroom is on split level. This room allows views on both sides of the house, letting in ample natural light. An aisle leads to the luxurious dressing area with his and hers closet fitted with mirrors. On the uppermost floor or second floor is a TV or family room which has an extra storage space. This room also displays an open roof terrace which gives a view of the Nairobi National Park.
Karibu.
Hey Teddy!
Hi, how are you?
Hey, nice
Welcome.
to meet you. Thank you.
Yeah, good. Karibu.
Wow.
So I'll give you a short history behind everything.
Yeah.
So we started with this Jiko, the Kenya ceramic Jiko, which I'm sure everyone probably even has is watching.
Yeah.
So these are now made in more than 25 countries all over Africa, even in actually Haiti and even Caribbean. They're making these type of Jikos based off of this Kenyan invention. These are really interesting. There's in the daytime. It's called Mr. Frogs. In the daytime, you can put your drinks and your ice in here, and then you have a little place for your drinks. And then at nighttime, when it gets cold, remove that and you light a fire. And then you have a space heater for your veranda. What the big development, though, my dad did were these charcoal baking ovens. And these have become our flagship model now. So we started designing these ovens on the principle of how do you do off-grid baking, where you don't need electricity, you don't need gas, just a tiny little bit of charcoal. So how they work is you just put the coal in that ceramic liner and that saves the energy so heat's not wasted. This hole on that side is the chimney. So that gives it a convection effect. So the heat has to go up and around. So once you put your cake or your chicken or your pizza, you don't have to be turning it. You just close the doors and it all balances and cooks. This is now our seed ball program. So this is something we designed 2 years ago because we'd been doing the traditional tree planting for many years. I started noticing as I was driving around Kenya doing work delivering jikos, so many of the highways, there are all these acacia trees that were starting to grow. And that really made me think, how come those trees that are free, growing wild on the side of the road, who planted them? So we started doing some research and we found it's the sand lorries taking the river sand. So now as it's driving on the highway, the seeds are being blown in the wind, landing on the side of the road. So we wanted to replicate that because we realized that's a very low cost and natural way to plant these indigenous acacia trees in dry land areas. We realized if you threw seeds bare on the ground and they wait for the rain, a mouse or a bird or an insect will come and eat the seed. It's more exposed. So what we're doing is protecting the seed with this waste charcoal dust, the old, you know where they sell charcoal in Nairobi, all the fines and the waste that's left over. So you get that, clean it, use it to protect the seed. Now you throw it out, it waits until the rain comes, and then that plant has a chance to germinate. I think traditionally what you do for charcoal making is you cut the tree down, then you have to pile it up and then cover it with soil. It's so much work, very inefficient. And you also got charcoal that has, you know, dirt and rocks and stuff in it. So what we've designed is this simple little kiln. And so it's working right now, it's on. You can see this wood is even changing color, kidogo. It's maybe halfway there. So this I lit in the morning. So what we're doing here is regulating the amount of air, so how fast it's burning, because you don't want it to go too quickly, it will become ash. But you need it to go fast enough so it actually burns into charcoal.
Hi.
What do you have?
Yeah, let me tell you about these cinnamon rolls. So I've made these for the jiko. They're very easy. I can make them the day of. They have a lot of delicious things in them. I put oats, I put carrots. So yeah, there's some carrots for extra moisture, extra healthy boost with the oats as well. And then they're really easy. They'll cook quickly and then we can eat them nice and hot and fresh. Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah, so let's put them in. And these jikos are fantastic because they use charcoal 100%. And what I like about them is you only need a few handfuls. So for a pan of cinnamon rolls for my family, I just use a couple handfuls of charcoal. It gets really hot, it bakes really well, it doesn't taste like smoke or smell like smoke. As long as there's no mafuta or anything on the charcoal, then it's fine. This is actually a thermometer, so now for precision baking we can tell if we need it hotter, if we need it cooler. So I'll put the toast in as well and that can toast. And then it's great because you can put everything in, toast, sausages, you can do eggs on the side here, cinnamon rolls, and then walk away, do your morning thing, come back when you're ready to eat. It's great to cook outdoors. Yeah, it's nice because you can have the fresh air and the plants and everything, and all the jikos are portable. You can even move them around the smaller sizes, take them on safari picnics, all kinds of things, and have hot, fresh food.
Thank you so much for staying with us. Wherever your search for a home is, I do hope it's fruitful. After the break, our discussion with some stakeholders who have positioned their concepts for approval by the government for the affordable housing program.
In this kind of technology, we are trying to work on the walling aspect of the building, but we have built this structure from the substructure level to the roofing level at the cost of about 400,000 shillings. And so what I'm going to show you today is the inside part of the house. In this technology, we have tried to save on the cost of plastering by basically painting and varnishing on the walls. And this is one of the aspects of this technology in the sense that the surfaces are quite soft and they are aesthetically pleasing. So you might as well just paint over it or you just furnish over it. This technology is a dry stack technology whereby you don't use mortar or water to do the walling aspect. And so here you just, once you have the blocks ready, you dry stack them. And the beauty about this technology is that the time duration of doing the walling is reduced considerably. In the normal conventional materials, you would do 4 courses and then you water it and wait for the following day. But in this particular one, you can do up to 8 to 10 courses per day. And in this building, we do about 16 courses. So in 2 days, the whole walling component of this structure was finished. One other aspect of this technology is the fact that you reduce the cost of the lintel, of the ring beam of the building. If you can see from this picture, we have just used steel angle lines to serve the purpose of holding our bricks. And once we have done like that, we do away with the whole component of ring beam. In terms of the finishing, we have in the corners of the building, you can decide to plaster or you can key. So basically, this technology is based on hydroform machines. And these machines, they take soil, you mix with water, and 30% cement, and you compress using the hydroform machines. The hydroform building system is a walling solution system. And the basic component of this hydroform system is the hydroform block. This is a block which measures 9 inches by 9 inches by 4 inches in thickness. For the hydroform walling systems, once you have done the mix and you produce the block, you cure it for 7 days. Every day you pour water in the morning and in the evening for 7 days. Thereafter, you leave it in the open for 21 days. So one of the advantages of this walling technology is the speed of construction. Basically, you are able to dry stack the walling, and you can build a simple one-bedroom house in two days. The other advantage of this technology is the fact that it has very good thermal properties, in the sense that because the brick is about 9 inches wide, during the day you feel cool in the house, and during the night it is warm. So the thermal properties are good. This technology can do up to 7 to 8 floors. But here in Kenya we have gone up to 5 floors, 5-story building. But when we go for multi-story structures, we have to bring in the component of reinforced concrete columns and beams. For projects that you don't have enough financing even to finish the inside, the interiors, our block is easily, you can paint, you can varnish over it, and you do away with the interior finishing, for example, plaster and wall paste. So in terms of the cost reduction, it is not just in the walling itself, but even in the finishing aspect of the house.
My name is Beth Kimani. I work with Koto Housing Kenya, and I'm the head of corporate and business support. We've been in the market since 2014, but we launched our factory December 2014 and started producing in 2015. We are both manufacturers and contractors. We manufacture EPS panels. EPS stands for expandable polystyrene, or what is commonly known as styrofoam. Our panels are made in our factory, which is located in Mlolongo. We are right behind the weighbridge. And we pride ourselves in the speed with which we're able to construct using our panels. And that is really the biggest difference between using panels and using masonry blocks. This unit, for instance, is about 20 square meters, and it took us 10 days to construct. I say 10 days because by the first day we had done our foundation. After we do the foundation, then now, which is also done using panels, we put in our wall panels. Our wall panels, basically because of the size of the panels, they come in different sizes, but depending on the height of the wall, then that determines how many panels will be used on a specific wall. If you look at this wall, for instance, this is just 2 panels. because the height of the wall is 2.1 meters. So we have a 900 panel and a 1.2 panel. For this particular unit, by day 3, we had gotten to the lintel level. By the 4th day, we had cast our ring beam and we had started roofing. By the 6th day, we were now doing internal finishes. And internal finishes is basically your tiling, your plastering, your painting and the like. So within 10 days, we had actually managed to complete the unit. The way the panels are made, we import our raw materials from Taiwan. And the raw material comes in form of very fine powder, like salt. So in our factory in Mulolongo, we go now through the whole process of making the panel block. We use what we call block molders. So now we make the panels based on the blocks that are there. Then the plastering process, we call it a coating process, also happens in the factory. So what happens is once you coat one side in the factory, we give it 24 hours to set, and then we coat the other side of the factory. Now, what the government is doing in terms of affordable housing is also mass housing. When we're doing mass housing, we get to enjoy the economies of scale, the benefit of the economies of scale. So then I am able to build the houses faster and house the people faster, who then pay over whatever period of time they're in agreement with. And hence then everybody is housed in a much shorter period than if I was going to build traditionally. This unit as it is finished with all the finishes and the fittings cost us 700,000. The government is targeting a price of about 600,000 for a bed-sitter. Yeah. Now this is a bed-sitter, it has cost us 700,000. The difference is when they look at low cost or when you look at affordable, you're not looking at fancy finishes, you're not looking at tiling your house, you're not looking at cabinets and the like. So in any house, your cost of finishes takes about 60%. So if you can cut down on the type of finishes that you do and do a basic structure, then it is very easy to come down to that 600. Again, with economies of scale, then you're able to come down to the 600 because then you have shared walls, you have shared plumbing works. This is the price that it is because it is an individual unit. It is a standalone. So when you add another one next, then your prices start reducing at that level. The other advantage is that styrofoam in itself has acoustic and thermal properties. If you're in an extremely hot place, the panels retain the coolness in the house and vice versa.
From flying to flashing, the amazing and inspirational story of our guests who never imagined they could own a home.
Kwa majina naitwa Jamila Mbugua, naishi hapa Kana Estate, mahali serikali ilitujengea. Nilikuwa hapa mwanzo kitambo wakati nilikuwa nimemaliza shule, ilikuwa 1992. Ango yangu alikuwa hapa Soweto East, halafu na ngakuja kwake, mwishowe ngapata nyumba hapo. Sasa wakati 1994-95, wakati slamu upgrading ilianza hapa Soweto, ngapatikana na ngahesabiwa. Mwishowe nikapelekwa decantting site yenye iko Lang'ata. Wakati tulikuwa hapa, kabla hatujaenda decanting, tuliambiwa ile nyumba yenye vile mnalipa pesa hapa ndio mnalipa decanting site. Na serikali ikaweka masharti ikasema decanting site lazima ulipe. Ilikuwa kama huko na room moja unalipa 500, lakini kama huko na room 3 unalipa 1500. Sasa hiyo ndio masharti ya kwanza. Masharti ingine kwa cooperative, kwa sababu hapa tulielewana na serikali tutanunua nyumba kwa room 3 utakuwa unalipa 135 ili uqualify kupata room 3. Room 2 ni 100,000 na decanting lazima ulipe. Sasa wale wenye wamepaki hapo ni wale wenye hawakufuata masharti ya serikali. Hapa ni kwangu na nimeonyesha ulimwengu hapa ni kwangu vile serikali itupaletia nyumba. Na waambia ukweli, serikali itanganyi. Kama mtu ako hapo mwenye anataka nyumba, na nyumba watapata. Wacha walipe cooperative ili wapate nyumba. Wasitanganywe na wengine. Unajua wako wengine wanapita tu hapa wanaendelea kuwatumia. Na wakisema hata hapa walikuwa wanasema simeuzwa. Si tuko hapa. Si nitakuwa kama example mwenye wanajua mkua na ndiko kwangu. 6,000 compared na mahali environment watoto wanaishi sio pesa nyingi. Na for 25 years 6,000 hiyo sio pesa nyingi. Kama mimi kwa mfano nafanya biashara, niko na duka, niko na mboga hapo nje. Arabu sasa ndio tunashikana tu na bibi. Kama hako ndani kwa duka, mimi niko hapo nje kwa kukata mboga. Tunapata pesa, biashara kidogo kidogo. Utakosa pesa ya kulipa school fee, arafu na mortgage.
Thank you so much. That's all the time we had for you. Remember, this has been our last episode of this season, and we do look forward to a new season, a much bigger and better one for that matter. Send in your comments and feedback. Tell us what you'd like to see in our upcoming seasons, and we'll do just that for you. Until next time, my name is Jamila. Asante sana.